everybody, it's Christine with Cocoa Daisy, and I am going to share with you some fun stamp layering using the Snow Day Society stamps as well as our Christmas stamp set. So I've got 4 stamp sets here. We're going to dig in and I'm going to show you some fun ideas and a little something different. I normally don't color in my stamps, but I did do that, and I found some new markers that I adore for this. So I'm going to show you that as well. So we're going to start with the 3x4 scrapbooking stamp set. And this has some of the adorable artwork from Lanú's Pots on here, and super, super cute little guys. And I love, you could totally color these in as well. But for these purposes, you're just going to see the stamped image. But this set has some fun little winter sayings. Like I said, it's got 3 of the critters. And what I also love is this set of 3 snowflakes, because they're just perfect for filling in around everything. They're the perfect size, especially if you're going to use this on a layout. They're great for little backgrounds or just to add behind some journaling. If you stamp them in a light blue, you could put your journaling over top if you wanted to. So let's start with this one. So we did the little fox, and he is adorable. And I love the way his little tail curls over and it lays so well on top of the words. I did not use any masking on this, so it's just in how you place it. And that was something I wanted to bring up this time. If you pay attention to, if you stack some of the sayings, or if you're ever layering images with the sayings, pay attention to the small little bits, the little tails of some of the fonts or some of the words, how they fall, and then that is going to help you kind of tuck them in together and create a great layering like they're almost meant to be. So if you look right here where I have the Hello Winter, that T comes down a little bit and it fits perfectly in this December is my favorite. So if you look in that space is where I tucked it. Same idea with his little tail here, here, and on top of the word winter. So I love to do that because then it actually makes it look like that's almost one stamp, or that they were meant to work together. Same idea with having this little guy fit right over the OWN here, and his little hat, how it tucks in here. So if you're thinking about the way that they can work together, pay attention to that when you layer and when you put stuff together. And it goes back to what I say all the time, and that is when you get your stamps, grab some colors and grab some scrap paper and just play. And you're going to find how those images work best together. And save these. I have a binder that I put all of these in and I can refer back to, and it's very, very helpful. So again, I just took him, I layered him over the Winter Wonderland. The December is my favorite, and the Winding Down, I Need a Moment. This one, I wanted to show you how beautiful and simple it looks, just him with the words. You can add in a bunch of the snowflakes, like I mentioned, or you can actually create a whole scene. And that's one thing I really like about these 2 stamp sets, the stamp subscription and the scrapbook stamp, is both of them are perfect for creating these whole little scenes. So here you can see where I used a bunch of them. I used all 3 of the little critters together, one of the sayings, and then the snowflakes, and you can create that whole scene. Same idea with the little reindeer. I had added the Hello Winter with the snowflakes, our little mouse in his oversized hat, his little stocking cap, or if you colored it red, it could be a Santa hat. It could go either way. And again, how simple it is to just have one of the critters with a saying, and that looks really, really cute. You could add that if you have a journaling piece on a layout, you could add that in and it would look really cute. Here he is next to it. Here he is on top. And then without any of the critters, again, Hello Winter, December is my favorite. Those go so nicely together, as do the Winter Wonderland and the December is my favorite, with just one little snowflake. So a lot of options with that, and you could just keep making the scene bigger and bigger. You could do an entire background in like a notebook or a TN or one of our simple daisy notebooks. You could do a whole background of just all of the snowflakes. That would look really cute as well. And then to carry that idea forward, I did another whole little scene using the 3 little critters, the snowflakes, and 2 of the sayings together. So I was just kind of having fun and didn't want to stop. And then this adorable little stamp set is from the Deluxe journaling kit. It has an open little journal, a closed one, a cute little cup of coffee, and then a This Is My Happy Place. And there's a couple different ways that you could layer these all together. You can obviously use each one separate. You could use them for little bullet points if you wanted to. If you do any sort of bullet journaling, any of these images work really well for that, because you could draw a square with this at the top or in the corner and use that to do sections in your planner or your bullet journal. So this is a great little stamp set, I think, for use in your planner or in your journaling. But there's a couple of different ways that you could tuck. Like I said, paying attention to the way things curve or the way things are sized and how you can tuck them together. So you could turn it on its side. Each of these items kind of tuck into that saying. You could stack them. You could put a couple of them together. You can even, again, turn it on its side and have it kind of wrap around the little journal there. I think that's cute. I did just a bit of masking here so that I could create that little collage. And I think that turned out really cute too. But I love the little coffee cup, is adorable. And that's the stamp set from the Deluxe journaling kit. Oh, and I should show you what colors that I used this month. So from the Stamp Market, I used the Cherry Kisses, the Forest, I used Cactus, and the Lemon Curd and the Gumdrop. And then from the, and I'm not even going to say that right, so I'm not even going to try. This is the, in this one, I think this is the Pale Blue. And this one is the Deep Blue. And then the green is the dark yellow green. See, some of them I did actually write it out. So those colors as well. And then let's move on to, oh, this one is so fun. So I'm going to put that one down, make sure you can see it. All right, this is the stamp set from the Stamp subscription. It is 4x6, and this is so fun. So you have a bunch of cooking or baking supplies, and I love this. It is timely as far as holiday season, but I feel like you could use it anytime. As someone who loves to record family dinners and memories associated with cooking, and I love that. I think it's such a family thing, and it's so special. So I love the idea of being able to have this stamp set when I do my daily memory keeping. So it has a couple of the little mice. There's one tipped in the bowl here, and there's one little guy sleeping. But you can layer these. You can make this scene go on and on and on and on. I love that because it has the bowls and the rolling pin and the measuring cup. You can just keep adding and adding. But we have the whisking up memories, and then the secret ingredient is love. And then I just added some of the bowls and the utensils there, and the little rolling pin, the little whisking up memories. You could tuck in the little mouse sleeping on there. The good food, good company with the rolling pin. Secret ingredient is always love, with like the spatulas and the whisk there. There's also this tiny little like a sparkle. And this works perfect to fill in it's the perfect little accent. So you can see where I used it to fill in here or to fill in around this one. And you'll see it on some of the other ones that I did as well. But it just kind of fills in the gaps and kind of brings it all together. I love that. And we have good food equals good company. We have the 2 little mice in the bowl. I mean, not that you want mice in your kitchen, but they're pretty daggone cute in this kind of application. And then some more of the bowls. I created another scene here with the little cookies in the jar. And again, this one as well. And then I just did the yum, yum, yum. This would make a great, if you just kept going across the bottom, a border, like on a journaling page or on a layout would be really, really cute. Any of these would look adorable on a card. So if you were making a card for somebody, if you were doing a recipe album, would be really fun. If you had made some baked goods as a gift and you put this on a tag, how cute would that be? I think that would be so adorable if you did it on a little tag. A lot of us make Christmas cookies and stuff like that and give them as gifts. Would be really, really cute to do. This would also be cute. One thing that I do for bridal showers, I have a super, super simple, easy recipe that I always print out and give with all of the ingredients at bridal showers. This would be cute to put on a tag with that as well in a basket. Wouldn't that be adorable? I love that idea. And I kept going. I made some more because I wanted to show you exactly what I was talking about. Like, you can just keep going and going and going and build, just keep building a great little scene here. So here I added even some more, the yum yum, added a couple more images to the side, and then just kind of put those little sparkles in. Even this, just this on a tag. How cute is that? The little yum yum with the cookies, if you wanted to attach that on a card. This is very simple, but I think very pretty as well. And then another grouping that I did with that one. So this is going to be such a fun stamp to use. So I also want to show you what I ended up doing as my example. I found these fabulous new markers, and they're called, and again, I might get the name wrong. Forgive me if I mispronounce it. Ohuhu is what it looks like. They're out of Hawaii. They're from Honolulu Bee. They're alcohol markers. I think they're a little less expensive than Copic markers, but they do have 2 sizes. They have the brush, and then they have the fine point. They're all numbered, so it helps you kind of find lights and darks that work really well together. But they're alcohol-based. And what that means is when you use them, if you use just regular markers, anytime you do a stroke and come back and do another stroke, where they meet, there's that dark line. These don't do that. And I love that because then, so you could let it dry, go back and add another layer, then it's dark. And so you can create great shadows and everything with them and great detail. So I mean, you can go as detailed as you want to, but I had so much fun filling in and coloring in these that I had to show you that example. And again, I did the same idea with adding that little sparkle in there. But even that, just as a whole page, how fun is that? And then you could just do your journaling over on this side or add a recipe on that side. Just a really, really cute. I really recommend these. I just ordered these from Amazon. You can get different sizes. This is actually the one of 104, but you can get smaller sets than that. You don't have to, or I think you can get the great big set. I think there's like 300 and some. It's crazy. But I really recommend them. They were a joy to work with. The one thing I have to test again that I have not, I used my VersaFine for the black. And it did bleed just a teeny bit when I laid the marker over top, but I was in a hurry. It may not if you let it set longer and really dry it, or really let it dry. So that could be why I got that little bit of bleeding. I don't know. I have I have to play around with it a little bit more. I think that was my problem, is I just did it too quickly. But I got to play with it a little bit. But it wasn't too bad. It was just a little bit. It didn't bother me. That's fine. Okay, then moving on to the Christmas set. And this is by Paisley Press. They did our Christmas stamp set for us. They did our Halloween one too, which I loved. And I went full on Christmas with these. I did the red and greens. There's a little bit of that lemon curd yellow in there. So one of the things I want you to note is you have this little banner. These, and I didn't try the favorites. The favorites might work in there as well, but these 3 sayings fit in that banner. And I did use them all as an example, but I just wanted to point that out. The wreath works really well with the adorable little bow, and you can do that either way. Now what I did is I used my red click art pen. You could use any red marker, but this one matched that Cherry Kisses really, really well. And I added the little holly dots to the wreath, and I think that turned out cute. It just added just one more little bit of something to it, and I think it really turned out cute. So you can do the deck the halls in the middle and have the bow at the bottom. You can have the bow at the top. I did mask off just a little bit when I stamped the wreath to make room for the bow. I added the Merry in there, and then the December 25. I thought that was really cute. You could use the bow with the Christmas tree, and then I had the Happiest of Holidays, or you could stamp the bow and do the 'Tis the Season, and then I had Happiest of Holidays on top. That was really cute as well. I'm getting total Dr. Seuss vibes for some reason with some of these images, and I love it. I have the Merry Favorites, and then the Night Before Christmas with a little candy cane, Merry, Messy, and Bright. You have 'Tis the Season with the banner, or the Deck the Halls with the banner. Adding the tree next to the banner was cute. You can see here I did the candy cane. Here I did it without, just left the banner as is. And then I did the tree here with, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, there is a little yellow star. So there's 2 stars. There's an outline, and then there's a filled in one. You could use these together. I used just the filled in one on these. And then again, like the little Oh Holy Night, I thought that was pretty. And then a few more ideas with the wreath. This little postal box, I think, is so adorable. I don't know why I love that so much, but I just think that drawing is so cute. And the little Happy Mail above it, I thought was really cute. And then I just did a star on each side. Inside the wreath on this one, I did the tree. I did the Most Wonderful Time of Year saying without the banner, so you can use them either way. I did the favorites with the cute little coffee cup and stamped Cup of Cheer. This is, I think, sometimes the simple ones are always my favorites. But the little coffee cup and the Cup of Cheer, how cute would that be on a tiny little tag with a coffee, you know, like a Starbucks gift card, or if you have a local coffee place that you like to go to, that a gift card there would be really, really cute attached to it. I think just a tiny little tag, I think that would be really sweet. And then some more ideas, and then using this holiday mood. So you can check off any or all of these. And so some fun ways to layer that is I added the Cup of Cheer with the coffee cup on the side, the mailbox, the little Christmas tree. You could layer even more. So you've got holiday mood with the candy cane, with the Merry, with the Happiest of Holidays. And again, remember what I said at the beginning about looking at where you can tuck things together. So if you look at the way that Y comes down, I moved this over and stamped it so that this runs into this, or this kind of goes around it, and then this tucks in here. So that's how you figure out how to layer things. If you look at where those little openings are. Same idea here. You have 'Tis the Season, and then I tucked that one in there as well. And I have the little S of the season coming down in front of the holiday mood. And then I have 'Tis the Season here with Messy and Bright and the Christmas tree, the Oh Holy Night, and then Night Before Christmas. And I thought that I liked this together without the little banner, and then I just stamped some of the stars around it, you know, because it makes me think of, you know, Christmas Eve with the little stars in the sky. And then the Oh Holy Night with the star, and then the wreath around it. This I thought was a really cute small little grouping, December 25 Merry, and then a Very Merry Tradition. And then you've got your little cup of cheer and favorites. And again, I love this one, the lighter postal box with the December 25, almost like it's a little cancellation stamp. I thought that was cute. And then Most Wonderful Time of the Year together there as well. So lots and lots of ideas. If you were able to get one of the Christmas kits, I am so glad, because you're going to love this stamp set. You're going to love all of the goodies in the Christmas kit. And you are going to love this stamp set. So lots and lots of fun ways to layer and color in all of your stamps this month. Leave me a comment below. Hit like, subscribe, share the love of Cocoa Daisy, and leave me a comment and let me know what you are having fun doing with your stamps. I would love to know if you've started coloring them in, if you are playing more. But also let me know if there's something with stamping that you are struggling with, that you're having a hard time, you know, in using your stamps, or, you know, coloring them, or what inks, just anything at all about stamping. I would love to know. And then the next time I do a video, I can try and touch on some of those and maybe help you out. But thank you again. And again, hit like, subscribe, leave me a note, leave me a comment, and I will talk to you next month.